Regardless of how you think about it, rich people tend to do things in a way that keeps them rich, and this is why you won't find them doing certain things that poor people do. Some of these things usually turn out to be so little that you'd wonder how it could play a big role in being rich or not. But well, they are some of the things that rich people even avoid on their path to success. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at 5 things poor people do that rich people don't. Number 1. Rich people don't dwell on the past. While it might only be natural to sometimes feel you should have done something else or taken a different route entirely, rich people prefer to move on and think of what's coming rather than dwell on the past. They might have a mindset that what is gone, so rather than sit on it and keep thinking, rich people move on to better ways through which they can improve. This is also one of the reasons why they're able to learn from the mistakes quickly. When they make a mistake or make a decision without careful thought, they take note of errors or mistakes they've made and then work towards never making such mistakes again. A mistake for rich people is taken as a path on the way to success and also a path to learn, and they always take it like this, unlike poor people who choose to dwell on mistakes already made. Number 2. Rich people focus on investing. Because rich people are always interested in looking for new ways to increase their wealth and also make the most of their fortune, they'd rather take the option to invest instead of just saving. Now, this doesn't mean that saving is a bad thing or only poor people save, because rich people do too. However, the savings of rich people is in the form of investments, and in that way, they're saving to get more in the future. They have their minds set on the future while also not neglecting the situation at hand, and this is how they're able to sustain their wealth. Poor people don't usually consider investments as a good option, mostly because they'd rather spend their earnings immediately instead of having to wait several years. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel to learn more about helpful tips about rich people. Number 3. Rich people read books. If you look at the stories of some of the richest people in the world, one consistent thing you'd find aside from the fact that they're all rich is that they read a lot of books, and even more is that they have a set time within which they read daily. Even as they might have all the time in the world, this is one thing you won't find poor people doing. Poor people have the mentality that there's not much you can learn from a book, and you'd only even be making the writer rich. However, rich people pick books that can be of great value to them and then read them to pick up things that can help them. It's a mindset they've always held on to, even before they became as rich. Number 4. Rich people focus on things within their control. This is one of the most underrated things rich people do to play a huge role in how rich they are today. It's very unlikely to find rich people focusing on things that are out of their control. It's very easy for them, even to the extent that once they see that something is beyond what they can do, they simply leave it. They don't try to force things and end up wasting a lot of time that they're bound to regret. Instead, they choose to stick to things that they can reach. On the other hand, poor people are used to engaging in things they know can't work. They spend their quality time wondering and dwelling on things they can't change or things they don't have control over. Number 5. Rich people have an organized schedule. When rich people wake up in the morning, they already know exactly how their day would normally go. They even take note of every detail up to the point where they also know what time they'll be doing each of the things on their schedule. This way, they're better able to manage their time and also avoid wasting any of it at all. For rich people, time is a very important thing, and as it's also commonly said, time is money. On the flip side, people always have a disorganized schedule that doesn't allow them to make the most of their time. Even right from mornings when their alarm rings, they'd rather give themselves more time than get up to start planning their day. Rich people and poor people are very different when it comes to a lot of things, and usually, it always turns out to be the key factors that make the rich people rich and also make the poor people remain poor. What other things do you think poor people do that rich people don't? Let us know in the comment section. If you also enjoyed the video, hit that like button, share with your friends, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, then you should also check out 6 brutal truths you need to accept to live a happy life.